Hey, how you doing tonight? It's Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm Jason with the Inspired Life, where I love sketching, architecture, sketching anything. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about what a method or something I like to do as a daily sketching practice. And we'll start with that. So let me just log in here and we'll get rolling in a minute. Hope you're having a great day. I'm just adjusting some volume stuff here. Ah, I can hear now. Awesome. All right, so I'm Jason with the Inspired Life. I love sketching, and sketching for me it's a really powerful tool that I use. Sketching does a few different things for me. It gives me clarity when my brain is filled with all kinds of stuff, like today. Um, so sketching is a great way for me to kind of empty my brain out, get things out of my head and onto paper. Sketching is also a great way for me to sometimes shift my state of mind. So if I'm having a bad day or angry or sad, sketching is a tool that I can use to kind of change my emotions and my state of being almost on demand, because I've done it so long. I kind of trained myself. So it's a really cool tool for that. Sketching is also a great tool for me to process the world around me. For example, when I go to New York City is an energetic, frenetic, crazy, busy place, right? Which I love. I actually love going to the city. But if I need to kind of slow down a little bit or process the chaos around me, sketching kind of settles me into a moment, and I can process that world around me one line at a time. Sketching is also a tool for me to capture a moment in time or a vibe, a feeling in time as well. So those are some of the reasons I really love sketching, and I'm trying to promote it a lot because I really believe in it as a powerful tool. And one of the things I like to do almost daily is a practice I call Med-Ink-Tation. Med-Ink-Tation. So I just want to kind of go over that with you guys. I'll walk you through my Med-Ink-Tation process. If you're watching live, feel free to grab a pen, paper, or a pencil and paper and follow along with me. That would be so cool. And I'm going to check the chat before we get started. We'll focus on Med-Ink-Tation and then, follow along. Please also let me know. I do have some music playing. I want to know if the music is too loud and overpowering my voice. So let me know in the comments. Let me grab a sip of hot chocolate and then we'll get rocking with the Med-Ink-Tation process. I also want to talk to you a little bit about sketching and different line styles that I like to use. So it's kind of almost like a class we're doing tonight. So a little different format than me just sketching something, a random building. Like I want a little more of a structure tonight to share with you guys. Awesome. Hey, Jennifer, cheers. How are you, Jennifer? I am going to sketch the Grand Canyon Lodge. I think I mentioned that to you, and I've been looking at pictures of it. So I'm going to plan on sketching that live on Friday night this week. So Friday night around, we'll say 8 o'clock p.m. or 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. My goal is to do a live sketch of the Grand Canyon Lodge. So if you're around and want to watch it, that's cool. If not, there will definitely be a live stream. So that's kind of my plan. It might change, but that's where I'm headed. So it's great to see you. Hey, Karen, also great to see you. Hope all is well over on the West Coast. Jennifer says the music is perfect. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. So cool. Like I said, we're going to do kind of like a mini class tonight for me for about a half hour. So Feel free to join along with me. Grab a piece of paper, pen, or pencil. I have a timer here we'll use, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm ready just to kind of break it out, bring it on, break it out. Whatever phrase you want to use. I'm drinking hot cocoa that's actually kind of cold. It's warm, but it still will taste delicious. All right. All right, so let's talk about sketching as a way to change your state of mind. That's kind of my focus for tonight. And I kind of need it because I was scheduled at 7 o'clock p.m. to teach this workshop we're doing now in a different location online, a different meetup place. And I set up the meeting as a host, and then I went to join my own meetup, and I couldn't get in. Yeah. And this is after a pretty long day at school. And then I went to an event after school, which was amazing. I loved going there and supporting a student and seeing some people I really, really love. It was great. So it's been a pretty long day, a good day. Then there's some tech issues for this other meetup I couldn't get working. So my brain is scrambled. My emotions are all over the place. I went from exhaustion to joy to frustration, you name it, probably the whole roller coaster today. So one of the ways I kind of like to zone out, refocus, is something I call Med-Ink-Tation. So I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but bear with me. So Med-Ink-Tation, I will set a timer for 2 minutes on my phone. And I usually play music. And I'll close my eyes. I'll put my pen or pencil on the paper. Some of you guys have done this with me. And I'll just let my pencil move and just see what happens. So this is called Med-Ink-Tation. So we're going to start now. I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. I'm going to keep my eyes open so I can see the timer, but you can do it either way. Sometimes with your eyes closed, you can focus a little bit more. And I'm not trying to create anything other than just lines on paper. And the one thing I did not say, it needs to be a continuous line. So put your pen down and just let it dance. All right, let's do it. So I am not looking at the page. I don't want to look at what I'm sketching. I just want to move. You can see I'm looking at the camera. I just want to move my pen. And we have about a minute left. So we'll do another minute of this. Sometimes I use a larger sheet of paper, small piece of paper, whatever is in front of me. A post-it note. If it's a post-it note, I'll usually go just go a minute. I also like to take some deep breaths as I'm doing this. Focus on the music. And just focus on the feeling of the pen, marker, whatever, gliding across the page. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Marker down. All right, cool. Oh, you could hear my timer going off. All right, so that was 2 minutes. So this is an example of Med-Ink-Tation, letting the pen, pencil, marker, whatever, just flow on the page, continuous line, 2 minutes of time. It's a really great way to change your state of being, change your mind, kind of get in a creative flow, creative zone. So I honestly feel so much different now than when I first came on my live stream tonight. I was really kind of tense and frustrated from tech glitches earlier today. I'm feeling more chill, more relaxed, and more creative. And this is something that just happens with training over and over. So the next thing I like to do after I do a little Med-Ink-Tation sketch is maybe for 30 seconds or a minute, I'll look at my scribbles, right? Basically, we have scribbles here. And I'll often pull out either markers or highlighters or whatever's nearby. I have a pen here. And I'll just look at this, see if there's any shapes on here. Lots of times I'll see faces. Sometimes I see nothing. And I'll just kind of just go in the zone for 30 seconds and just color in some of the shapes. So let's do that. And then I'll be checking the chat on and off. So feel free to please leave comments and questions. Okay. You know what? I have highlighters. Let me break out some highlighters too. All right. So I'm just gonna do this for like 30 seconds. All right. I'm not gonna even put the timer on. You can do that if you want. I'm just gonna kind of count in my head. So you can see I'm just randomly just coloring some of the shapes on here. Feel free to break out different colors if you want. Sometimes I'll draw, I see actually a profile of a face here. I kind of see a nose and a mouth, so maybe I'll color like an eye in here maybe. I don't know if you guys see that, but there's, I'll actually shade in the profile. I'll just take green. So this kind of looks like a profile of a person maybe here. Kind of their face, chin, nose, maybe there's an eyeball there. Sometimes I'll see hearts and other shapes on here. I'm just going to do it for another few seconds. And this is kind of a fun way just to get your eyes to kind of train or focus from our Zen state of flow to kind of getting to a mode where we're training our eyes to look for shapes, see things in our scribble here, our sketch. And you'll see how that kind of plays into what we're going to do the next kind of thing I like to do with my daily practice. Awesome. So we're kind of awakening our creative spirits. Let me check the chat, see if there's any questions or comments, and we'll kind of go on to the next thing I want to talk about. Cool. Hey, Jennifer says, sweet, thanks. GG, great to see you. A perfect way to relax. That is 100% correct. My brain's tired. It's 100% true. This is a really cool way to relax. It's like meditation kind of, but it's like a creative form of meditation. Jennifer says contour drawing. Yeah, it's like a contour drawing. Exactly. Cool. Let's kind of shift gears a little bit. I want to talk about lines and the language of lines. Lines can tell stories based on, well, I'll show you. Let's grab my Sharpie. Hope you guys are liking this. I know it's a little more of a different format, more of a kind of instructive class. Hopefully there's some good tips you guys can pick up tonight. All right, so let's talk lines. So if you noticed this drawing, what kind of lines, what shapes are here, right? They're mostly kind of curved lines, right? And there's some jagged ones. Let me zoom in. Actually, I'll just lift it up. There's some jaggedy lines here and some curves. So let's talk about the language of lines. There's a few different types. So let's draw a line like this. Some of you guys know this. You've seen my workshops, and I think it's just an important reminder, and it's just a great way to think about sketching. If I were to take a straight edge and just draw a line, boom. Crisp, straight, clean line, right? How does that line make you feel compared to this line? Two very different lines, right? The first one, for me, feels more locked in, more rigid, more tight, more technical. This is the kind of line that I personally draw when I'm creating architectural blueprints and I need precision. So nothing wrong with it. It's just the language of lines, right? So that's a precise technical line. This line here, this curved kind of wavy form, for me represents, or how does it make you feel? This curved line. For me, this curved line makes me feel more calm, peaceful, almost like the gentle rolling waves or gentle rolling hills. So this is more of a soothing, calm kind of line, right? If I draw a line like this, look at my face as I'm sketching. I'm exaggerating, but look. I'm like, these jaggedy, zigzaggy lines have a feeling of tension, maybe anger, maybe frustration, or maybe energy, right? They're explosive. So when I'm feeling angry or hostile or tense, you may have noticed it in here. I have some of those lines in here, not intentional, but as I was doing my Med-Ink-Tation, something crossed my brain and I'm like, I gotta get these lines out, right? So you gotta make the sound effects actually too. You gotta do the So this is kind of an angry line or frenetic line. Another line type that you'll see me sketch quite often is, let me sketch it here. I'm gonna exaggerate it a little bit. So I call this a broken line, or sometimes I call it a dash dot line. It's not continuously solid. It has empty spaces in it, right? It kind of, it's kind of interrupted. So I like sketching. I sketch this line a lot when I'm sketching architecture in quick, loose style. And the reason I sketch this line is I like the incompleteness. It keeps it very loose looking. So I'm not tight, rigid, intense when I'm sketching, because I want to create the idea of a flow. So this is kind of flowing. And also the gaps. The gaps allow the person looking at the sketch to fill in the blanks with their imagination. And I love that because it engages a viewer kind of longer on my sketches because they're filling these spaces in with their brain. So this kind of line really serves a lot of purposes in my style sketching. So you'll see that a lot. What else? You can do also just dashed lines, right? Typical dashed line as well. This is kind of the dash line and this kind of sketch line, which I sketch also a lot. These two together kind of equal the dash line. So those are just some different line types I like to use when I'm sketching. There are some other ones, but these are the basic ones. So that's kind of the language of lines, which is cool. So far we talked about Med-Ink-Tation. We just talked about kind of the language of lines. So lines can tell stories. Let's do, I have a list here. Let's do a simple exercise. Just sketching something that's around you. It could be really something simple. It could be your cell phone. It could be a cup. I'm actually going to sketch this. I have a tin here. I'm just going to sketch this. And I'm going to sketch it uninterrupted. Not going to worry about making mistakes. So this is not about precision. It's about imperfection, bringing yourself and your brain and your creativity just to the page without thinking too much about it. And that's how you guys see me usually sketching on my live streams. But so I'm going to put this kind of tin here and I'm just going to sketch it. Loose, quick. I'm not thinking about it. For this, I'm actually going to set a timer. We're gonna set a 1 minute timer. So let's do it for 1 minute and just sketch it. If you want to join along, find something around you and just for 1 minute, just sketch it. Sketch without thinking. Seconds. All right, my time's up on that. All right, there you go. That was a real quick, loose sketch, just focusing on an object in the room. This does a couple things. One, it helps to train your brain to focus and lock in on something. The timer limits you and prevents you from thinking too much because you want to get something done in a minute. So you're just sketching. So it's another way to generate creative flow. But this time, instead of doing nothing like the Med-Ink-Tation, this you're trying to actually sketch something. So it's a little more focused. We'll call it more direct, intentional focus time. But we're not trying to be perfect. So I'm always trying to promote imperfection. I think sometimes we want to sketch everything perfectly, be precise, like the rigid line I did here. And that can hold a lot of people back because you're afraid of making mistakes when sketching. And if that's your style, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But for loose style, quick, get things done, you can't really think like this. You need to think like this and this. Okay, so these last exercises are kind of training your brain to be that loose style quick sketcher. And again, this exercise also helps to get your creative juices kind of flowing, right? We zened down here, we toned down with this Med-Ink-Tation, and now we added color, and now we're kind of focusing more a little bit in detail. So we're big picture, zooming in, big picture, zooming in. All right. Hopefully these tips are kind of helping you tonight in this kind of quick workshop. After I do that, I kind of reflect, am I noticing any shifts in my energy, my mental state of being, my emotions? So I definitely feel in a different place than when I first started tonight. Cause like I said, I was kind of tense and frustrated and just wasn't happy with the tech issues I had earlier today. Now I'm feeling more like myself, a little more centered, a little more grounded. So these techniques are really cool for bringing me back to center when I'm all over the place. So centering. These kind of techniques are also really cool to do if you journal, if you write in a diary or you write in a journal. So journaling is kind of like, dumping things from your brain in writing form, which is awesome. It's another way to get things out. It's interesting if you combine both. If you do like the Med-Ink-Tation before you journal, it might change your flow and the way you write things down, which can be a really cool experience. So maybe give that a try. Maybe try and do like a Med-Ink-Tation for 2 minutes and then journal, write stuff out. And combining these practices can be really strong. Yeah, it could be a really strong, fun thing to do also. That's cool. All right, so that's kind of quick lessons I wanted to go. I'll look in the chat, see if there's questions or comments, and then we'll do maybe a quick architectural sketch to wrap up. Thank you guys for letting me kind of try something a little different here tonight. This was fun. Less tense. Yeah, exactly, GG feeling less tense. Another pro tip, use a pen or a Sharpie for this stuff. It eliminates the desire and need or want to erase. Once you throw the Sharpie down, you're committed. What's on the paper is staying, right? So that should eliminate something from your brain like, hey, I can't go back and erase anything. It's done. That helps to build creative confidence because you're just doing it. Yeah, that's why I like to say sketch boldly. Just go for it. Throw it down. Don't overthink. Sometimes for me, if I start overthinking the sketching process, it locks me down. And I freeze like a deer in the headlights. Yeah, so that blocks my creative flow. Cool. I almost spilled the cocoa. By the way, GG, I'm drinking no chewing allowed right now. This is no chewing allowed cocoa. All right, cool. You guys are awesome. Let's do a quick architectural sketch. Feel free to always ask questions, comments. There's going to be a lot more of this kind of stuff happening. I really want to put together a formal course where you guys can download this if you wanted to. So it'll be more of a formal, informal format. I don't know if you know what I mean. All right. Last time we met, I was working on this. And this bad boy right here. This is how these dried. I was trying to weather age, distress, the paper, right? I wanted to go from looking like that to kind of aged. So here's how it dried. I have to say, this was a really fun thing to do. And it was actually kind of, this is where I had to be bold and just do it because there was no going back, throwing this ink on here, this stain. And I like the way it turned out. I think it has a really cool, distressed kind of look to it. So it was fun. And then I did it on here as well. If you remember, I was kind of practicing on this one, and this is how this dried. So I think it turned out kind of cool. I did not do the bridge inside. I didn't do these pages. Still up in the air about distressing those. But I like the way that came out. So that was kind of cool. All right, let's put some, my music ended. I'm gonna put on some Spotify here that I can listen to. All right. What the heck? I can't hear it. All right, let's sketch. I think I'm going to go for, well, I'll just start sketching and see if you guys can figure out what I'm sketching. It's one of my go-tos. Oh, that Sharpie has seen better days. Like my hair. Just like my hair, it's seen better days. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate it. Thank you for commenting. just grabbing and going with what I have around me right now. Don't be afraid to use highlighters. Highlighters are really cool for using in your sketches. I got a purple one. I got a pink one here. Oops, pink one is kind of shot. What else do I got here? Boom, boom. I also just picked up a bunch of new different color Sharpies. I'll break them out next time I'm on. How fun will that be? I picked up a package that has this color because I love this color, and it has all these other. I'll just show you. So I just picked up all these Sharpies. I love having gift cards. So these will be fun to break out and play with. They're called Mystic Gems. So next time we'll break them out. Hey D-Ray, great to see you. Hope all is well. Always great to see you. Hey Chip, great to see you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I'll give you a shout later in the week if that's cool. Gigi says, love it. Perfect for something Parisian. Oh, do you like the I don't know what you're talking about. I guess you're talking about the patina. Yeah, I like the way this came out. I'm still torn. I think I want to do the inside. This is getting mailed to a friend of mine, who's going to give it to one of his friends who has a restaurant. So, and maybe it'll end up in a restaurant, maybe not, which is all cool. But I don't know if I should do the inside. Oh, this one's gone. One creative marker down. Marker down. Like I said, I'm just grabbing and going here. What colors we got in this pen? Greens, yellows. Let's break some yellow out. I really like this color yellow. Let's do a sketch. Let's do an architectural kind of person here. Maybe there's someone in the foreground here, kind of hanging out. Maybe someone else is there with them. If this was the Brooklyn Bridge, there would be a lot of people here. I cannot wait to go back to Brooklyn, Dumbo, walk the bridge. That is going to be my first spring. I don't even know if I could wait till spring. It might even happen probably in February, not January. We got some peeps hanging out here, maybe. So this has become one of my go-to sketches. Sometimes they turn out cool, sometimes not so cool. But I always have fun sketching it, no matter what. Just want to pull these kind of figures out a little bit more, so outline them with black. Scale is definitely off on this, but I just want to create the idea or illusion of some kind of perspective going back that way. Let's pull this down. Gigi says the cover. Oh, yeah, thank you. Always pen her with pink. Jennifer, you want pink? For you, we're going to add some pink. You know what, guys? All right, you ready? Let's do a little ASMR opening of the Sharpie pens. All right, here we go. I'm going to be quiet. All right, a little ASMR for you. Hopefully it sounded cool. Hopefully you could actually hear it. I moved the microphone down. I don't know if that worked. Hey, Sheila, great to see you. Hope all's well. Long time. Gigi says, I think you should. You think I should patina the inside, huh? My guy, I don't usually think so long about making a creative decision like this. I'm thinking way too long about it. My gut is 85% yes, do it. And to be honest with you, I could sketch this again if I need to. I'm not worried about recreating the bridge if I actually needed to. Maybe I will. Tingly tingly. Did you guys hear the Did you guys hear the ASMR? I have to say, you are made for ASMR. Your voice is so soothing to me. Thank you. I could go into my radio voice if you want. Welcome to WINK. WINK, where we sketch 24/7, bringing the greatest colors to life on paper. That was a bad ASMR radio voice. WINK. That'd be so fun. Jennifer says patina only a portion. Oh. Dearest had heard it. Kitties did too. I hope your kitties enjoyed it. That's funny. Yeah, you know, I like. Let me zoom out. Thank you guys. Thanks for brainstorming this with me. I appreciate it. Let's look at this and let's talk through this. Here on WINK, not only do we see sketches, we also get inside the sketcher's head. That's right. Welcome to Inside the Sketcher's Head. Live, unfiltered, uncut, unedited, and unnecessary. Oh, now I'm having fun. Where's my Zoom thingy? Where's my Zoom? Oh my gosh. I lost my Zoom window. I want to zoom out. I literally lost the whole. Oh, it went off screen. There we are. Let me zoom out. All right. All right. Anyway, here's just a fun kind of bridge sketch with all those different colors. I think it came out fun. One of those Sharpies didn't work really well. This green color was like dry. All right. Let's talk about this, then we're going to wrap. Let's have some cold cocoa. So I like the idea of maybe doing a portion of it. Stretch it out. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Stay. I'll just flip that over. All right. There you go. Now we can see everything. You can see my notes from my class earlier today. I had this whole cool class planned and I couldn't log in. What the heck? All right. So if I did a portion of it, I kind of like that. I mean, I could just do the sky. I think if I just did the sky patinaed like this. No, I don't like that. I think it would separate the bridge from the top too much. I want it more integrated as a complete unit. I could do the middle. I could kind of patina this part. Maybe patina the middle and let it bleed out so the edges are more white. Maybe I'll just spray it, guys. I got the linen stain. I love this. This is the yellowish color. I kind of like that idea, maybe staining this more here, patina, aging it more here, and then letting it bleed out so it's more kind of just cleaner and whiter on the ends. All right, put in the chat, thumbs up or say yes, do it, or say no, you are cray cray. Cray cray or do it. D-Race laughing. I love that. You guys are silly. Unnecessary. Oh, Jason. You used to lose the power button too. Do you guys remember that? I could never find the button to end the live stream. That was funny. Sit Ubu sit. I remember that. Isn't Sit Ubu sit was at the end of Family Ties? What show did they have that at the end of? Maybe just not as heavy as the front. Gigi's like, yes. Yeah, you know, I'm thinking I might just do you see the yellowish kind of hue here. I think I might just spray the yellow on there. All right, I'm doing it. We're doing it, guys. I'm committing. This is where you have to be bold. Just be bold. Let's do it. We're just going to spray some of this yellow. I might have to stand up because I can sit down. All right, let's do it. Wish me luck. I'm going in. I need a drink. I need some liquid encouragement. I don't drink alcohol, so I will drink some cocoa. Jennifer says, do it. Gigi's like, yes. So good. I mixed this hot chocolate with a coffee I had in here from like 5 p.m. And it's just so delicious, the coffee and chocolate. Hey, Paula Betts, sounds fun. Good luck. Haha. Paula, how are you? Great to see you. Hope all's well. All right, let's do it, guys. Last question. Not the last one. Another question. Do you guys want to hear music while I'm doing this? Do you want me to put some music on, or do you like silencio? Do you want to just hear the spray? I'm shaking it. Do I have to protect any? No, I can just spray right on here. It doesn't matter if I get this anywhere, everywhere. We're holding hands. You got this. Aw, it's like Hands Across America. You guys remember Hands Across America? What was the song? What was the song for Hands Across America? It wasn't We Are the World. That was a whole different thing. By the way, if you haven't seen the We Are the World, the making of We Are the World, or whatever it's called, behind the scenes, We Are the World, I think it's on Netflix, or it used to be. Really, really cool to see how they brought that whole We Are the World thing together. Really, it was such a cool little documentary. If you find it, watch it. It's really cool. Spray. All right, I'm just going to spray, guys. I'm standing. Sorry, you get to see my belly. I'm doing it. I'm not crying, I swear. All right. Ding, 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 ding. Round one. That was round one of adding. It's done. No turning back now, kids. We have committed. We'll know better when it tries. It's going to definitely need another coat. No, I'm actually thinking I should add the other colors. Maybe not the dark brown. Maybe the what was that called again? What was this one called? Vintage Photo. I think Vintage Photo had the reddish hue, and the other was walnut. Yeah, walnut stain. I think the photo had the reddish. Deep breath. Good thing I did my Med-Ink-Tation to start off with tonight. Put me in the creative frame of mind. And hear you sob, holding my breath. All right. Yes, this is riveting, YouTube, I know. Doesn't get more riveting than this. Stranger Things has nothing on me. 5 seasons of what? Stranger Things? Come on. There's more drama here than in a half hour of me than the entire 5 seasons. I'm just kidding. I actually really love Stranger Things. Obvious. It should be obvious that I'm kidding. I kind of want to put this at an angle so things kind of run down a little bit. Kind of me feeling like a little run down. No, actually not. Let's just put this underneath. Do you guys think I should add this other darker color? I just want to make sure this is the redder one, not the darker one. Yes. No, because that's the linen one. I knew it looked weird. I want this one. This should be the one. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is that the darker? Is that the darker one, or is this one? No. All right. That is the walnut one. We don't want that one. We want the other one. Oh, I Chihuahua. I Chihuahua. Let's see. I'm a little more weary with this one. Whoa, I guess I take back what I just said. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. All right, this is a real life demonstration of me being brave and committing. Hey Kiko, great to see you. It was awesome seeing you today, man. It was really, really awesome seeing you earlier today. I had so much fun. You, my friend, are inspirational. Um, thanks for explaining some bowling things to me because I had no idea. Watching the bowling match, the scoring, I didn't get all the scoring stuff. So thank you for filling me in. All right, guys, what do you think? I went brave, medium, then smidgen of dark, holding our breath. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay, guys. Do I want to brush any of this? Where is my brush? I guess we're not brushing any. I don't know where my brush is. Oh, here. I want to put some water on here. Just brush this a little bit. I want to soften this a little bit, to be honest with you. So I'm dipping the brush in water, and I'm just softening some of this, letting the darker and the lighter kind of blend a little bit here and there. Are you guys feeling cool? Are you guys cool with this? Please don't tell me I messed up. No, I'm not worried about messing up. Like I said, I could always resketch the bridge. I'm very confident in that 100%. It's really about playful, right? Just being brave, experimenting, playing, and that's why I love doing this stuff. And it's building my creative confidence. So this is a win-win-win. I thank you guys for your support there in the chat. Ooh, yeah. I kind of like what happened here. As this is drying, I'm liking it better for sure. I'm liking what's happening here now that I add a little bit of water. It's not as intense. It's making me even more confident to add some more now. Speaking of s'mores, who likes s'mores? Anybody like s'mores out there? If you like s'mores, let me know. How do you like your s'mores? What do you put on them? I don't want to use that walnut stain though. I think that's going to be too dark for this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna pre-add a little bit of water. I think I want it lighter towards the edge. I'm going to add a little bit of water, maybe here, to encourage this maybe to run a little bit. If I can get it on there. There we go. So I just added water. Let me zoom in. Oh, there you go. Whoa. I just zoomed in and zoomed out. Silly stuff. There we go. And I can definitely go back and pull out the lines of the bridge a little bit more with a Sharpie. So I'm not worried about losing the bridge to this. We can definitely pull it out. We're letting gravity be our friend here. Hello, gravity. Nice to meet you. Looking good for a start. All right, that's encouraging. The art looks good. Thank you so much, Kiko. Your mom likes it too. Hi, Kiko's mom. Good to see you. We're blending. Gigi says, good evening, Kiko. Thank you guys for always being kind to each other in the chat. Gigi, when you said looking good for a start, I like that comment. I agree. It's going to get better. I think if I add a little bit more, but so this is layer 1. So yeah, that's a good observation. Let's put a little more. I'm going to move that walnut stain because I don't want the walnut. I am not allergic to walnuts. I just don't want to put that dark stuff on here. Let's throw some more of this on. This is the linen. So this is about adding layers, right? So we're just kind of layering it a little bit. Yes, I love this song. Brilliant. Check out the song Brilliant by Shinedown. I know I've mentioned them before, but I love this song. It just I don't know, it just gets me going. It's so uplifting and makes me feel like I could do anything I want. All right. I'm really liking this stain here. What do you think? Is it time for me to stop, guys? I not add anymore. My gut's saying, all right. My gut's saying, all right, man. That's enough for today. The softening is doing the magic. Thank you, Jason. Gotta go. Good night, D-Ray. Great to see you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Hang in there. Get a good night's sleep. And have an amazing day tomorrow. Yeah, let it dry first. I think this is at a good point to let it dry. Do I want to do this? So I folded it. I know it's still kind of wet, but I don't know if this will help mix things a little bit. Yeah, it's done now. We have committed. What do you guys think? Was it worth doing? Let's give you the whole kind of gambit. Is that an expression? Give you the whole gambit. Sounds like an expression. So here we go. Let's open it up. So this will definitely come together, I think, like I did on this here. After this all dries, I'm going to come back with that linen color and spray the linen again, which helped to pull together the cover. I think it'll help pull this together a little bit more inside. I'm definitely going to leave some white areas on here. I have to come back and darken some of the Sharpie lines to pull out the edge of the bridge, I think. One thing I did not account for, and I don't mind it, is the red ink is bleeding. I'll show you. You can see it happening up here. So if you see the red ink kind of in the middle of your screen, it's bleeding because it's not Sharpie. It is water soluble. So we got red bleeding a little bit, which I don't mind, but I forgot that would happen. If my Sharpie was not Sharpie, all that black ink would have bled and this would have been a disaster. So that's why I always, not always, 98% of the time I will start with a Sharpie in case I want to do stuff like this. Yeah, it's worth starting it. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'm having their sip of cocoa and we'll wrap up for the night. I appreciate you all so much. I kind of want to stay home tomorrow. As much as I love teaching, I want to sleep in. I'm tired. Am I getting whiny? Man, today was like super sassy day at school. Oh my gosh. I am sassy, I admit it. And let me just say I was out-sassed today by some students. Students I wouldn't even think would be sassy. Yeah. It's fun though. It's all good. Cool. My favorite part on here right now is I'm liking this. I don't like where it's located, to be honest with you. I wish it was more to the side somewhere, but I like the way it's looking. And I kind of like what's happening up in here as well. Awesome. Jennifer, good night to you. Hope all, well, I said hope all is well before. Have a good night. Hang in there. And like I said, my plan is to do the sketch of the Grand Canyon Lodge on Friday night. So if you're around, feel free to tune in. If not, definitely check the replay out. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Paula says really fun. Hey, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Yay. Planning adding other colors, maybe lavenderish. Oh, this is worth thinking about and talking about. I'm liking the idea of a lavender color. I'm thinking watercolor. Um, I'm trying to think in my brain if I have lavender-ish ink. I like the idea of using the lavender. How did you come up with that? Where did you come up with that idea? That that did not pop into my brain, so I like it. I have these. I love these. I haven't used them in a while. These are watercolor pencils. And I love the names on here. Come on. Speckled egg, salvage patina, rusty hinge, villainous potion. I mean, that's the villainous potion in there. I would test this out on where's our test piece? Where's our test kitchen here? We call it the test kitchen. I would definitely test it out on the test kitchen. The other side. This is scrap, so let's just flip that. Let's flip that. So let's see how lavender kind of goes with this. I might also have lavender ink somewhere, but this is handy. So these are watercolor pencils. I like to dip them in, I'm dipping it in dirty water. And it basically kind of just melts. So we got some there. Let's just throw some up in here. Kind of layer some on top. Layer some on top here. Again, I'm literally dipping this in water and it melts on the page. Well, we'll see what you guys think of it. All right. I think that's cool for now. All right, so that is kind of the lavender, or purplish. Good thing the day is over. Yeah. I'm just in my brain thinking about adding this to the bridge. I do like the color combo. This, I think, would look cool as in the sky here above the bridge. Or in the shadows under the bridge. So it would be the shadows. So for example, if I added it in the shadows here, just to see what it kind of would look like. So if I threw it in the shadows there. It's definitely something to think about. For sure. For sure, for sure. All right. I also have these cool Neocolor water soluble crayon wax pastels. These are fun too. Very, very similar to these. All in this handy dandy convenient travel case. This can all be yours for $1,995. If you act now, we'll throw in some free paper clips. Hurry up, limited time offer. Operators are standing by. You guys remember all those TV infomercials? I feel the shadows too. You're feeling shadows? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling the shadows. I really don't want to do the sky. So let's see. We'll see how this dries. So imagine this purple on here. Yeah. All right. We will revisit the purple. I'm going to let this dry. And we're going to say good night. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching The Inspired Life tonight. Thank you for watching the kind of short little class we did at the beginning. And thanks for staying on board and giving me the courage to throw on the distressing on there. I am not distressed about it at all. It's done once it's done. And I think tomorrow we might see some purple. I'm sorry, villainous. What was that color called, guys? Villainous purple? You probably hear my voice is like trailing off. Villainous potion. Not purple. Gigi, thank you so much for all your comments and positivity, participation in the chat, feedback. I love it so much. Jeff Anderson, oh, hey, great to see you. I hope all is well. It's great to see you on the chat. Beautiful way to end today. Have a good night, folks. Thank you. Jeff, thanks for watching. It's great to see you. Jennifer, always great seeing you as well. Paula, thank you for tuning in on the Insta. Is that what they say? Insta? On the Insta. D-Ray, it was fun having you in the chat as well. I appreciate you. And Sheila popped on. That was cool. Kiko was on. That was cool. And Chip. Till we meet again. Sketch boldly. As we demonstrated tonight, this was a sketch boldly kind of live stream. Yeehaw, cowboy. Sketch boldly. Live creatively. I'm so tired. Sketch boldly, live creatively, and inspire endlessly.